Exam per se is not difficult, but the process is difficult. How should an aspirant feel connected to this exam? Before interacting with the students, I was not aware of the magnitude of this problem. But this is massive. Students feel lonely. They can't talk to their parents because they may not understand it. They can't talk to their friends who are working somewhere or studying in a different college or a university. So you need to interact with someone who can understand your problems, appreciate your problems. How and what is the role of a mentor? Economy-based current affairs, IR-based current affairs, polity-based current affairs. How should an aspirant focus on current affairs? Hello and welcome to Unacademy. Mental stress, anxiety, family pressure, societal pressure, peer pressure, vast syllabus, current affairs, PYQs, mains answer writing, optional subject. If you're able to relate to all these terms, then you are an IAS aspirant. Should I have a plan B? What is my backup plan? What if I don't clear this exam? Mental stress, anxiety, and that might be killing your preparation. You will feel anxious on a regular basis. But worry not. All these problems that civil services aspirants face, we are here to discuss all of them one by one. All of us are here to understand your problems and discuss solutions to these problems as well. Two other teachers, Hima ma'am, Astha ma'am, could not join us today, but all of us have 75 years of combined experience where we have taught, guided and mentored civil services aspirants, and hundreds of them have been able to crack this exam and are now part of the bureaucracy. Let's start with Chetan sir. Vast syllabus covering the PYQs. Don't you think that a student is unable to understand right at the start, how should I cover this vast syllabus? What's your take on this?
If you look at the syllabus given by UPSC, of course, when you look at the number of subjects, if you look at the topics under each subject, it appears to be extremely vast. And here I would like to call out other institutions and some educators as well, who unnecessarily exaggerate the volume of each and every subject. Because please remember, you're not here to get a doctorate in these subjects. You're here to compete in this exam, come out at the top, become an IAS, become an IPS. You basically have to ensure you're a cut above the rest. And also understand what UPSC expects from a student. UPSC is very clear that in GS subjects, you need common man's understanding. But we do know that questions do go a little above that. So what you need is a well-aware aspirant who is aware of his surroundings, what's happening in the world, and develop that basic understanding which is needed. So in any subject, you need to set a boundary for your preparation. Instead of spending hundreds of hours on each subject, you have to narrow down what you have to study. And UPSC gives us two documents for that, syllabus and the PYQs. You look at both of them, you know where you set your boundaries for each and every subject, what topics are more important, more relevant. And also if you look at the previous question papers, many topics are repeating again and again. Maybe the question is asked in a different form, but eventually the topic is the same. For example, in internal security, there have been multiple questions on Naxalism, Northeast insurgency, cyber security. But what you have to study for that, it's exactly the same each and every time. The wording of the question is different. But once you have covered the basics of that, you can always write good answers for these questions. So what I'm saying is, if you understand the syllabus given by UPSC, compare it with PYQs, look at the trends, you can narrow down what you have to study. You don't have to spend 1,000+ hours. Instead, use the time that you have more effectively to address the needs of the exam. Addressing the demand of the exam is more important. So, for example, in our platinum classes, we ensure that what we teach to our students is absolutely relevant to the demand of the examination. We will look at the trend of the last 10 years in the question papers, compare that with the syllabus based on our experience, and we will teach what is relevant, what is really needed for this examination without wasting the time. So in that regard, I don't think the syllabus is very vast. It appears vast and there's a misconception, there's a lot of hype created, but with right guidance, if you break it down, it's actually quite easy to manage.
But those aspirants who are preparing online, this preparation process is also lonely. Exam per se is not difficult, but the process is difficult. Yes. Because ideally you will have to start your preparation 1 year before the prelims exam. And then you will have to qualify all the 3 stages in single attempt. So this entire preparation process is lonely. how should an aspirant feel connected to this exam? How should an aspirant keep himself or herself motivated throughout this journey? What's your take on that?
As you correctly pointed out, Sarmad sir, this process, this journey itself is quite lonely for an aspirant, especially since they are largely cut off from their friend circle, their family as well to some extent. And the exam demands a bit of, isolation socially from your regular social activities to concentrate on the preparation. But again, if you build your own peer group of fellow aspirants, if you can get in touch with them,
Those who are serious.
those who are really serious, committed to the goal, I think that will, help a lot where they can motivate each other, learn from each other. But again, this is very difficult, again, maybe in the online format of classes. So I think, again, I'll bring back the Platinum program that we have. The interactive experience that it provides, where the teacher can look at the students can also interact with each other, build that camaraderie which is needed. And you build a small group, it need not be 10, 20 people, even 5 aspirants who are really serious about this exam. So they can help you stay focused on your goals. And also you need to remind yourself, why did you start preparing for this exam?
Because when you attend a class, let's say online class, and the teacher is visible to you, but you're not visible to the teacher, maybe you will get distracted. Maybe you will attend the class, but leave it midway. And then you're not focused, you're thinking something else.
Right.
Your mind is somewhere else.
Exactly. Even during the class, students do get distracted because these classes usually run up to 3 hours minimum. Most students don't concentrate throughout. So when the camera of the student is on, when the teacher can see that, call them out in the class and ensure that they maintain that discipline, they maintain the focus, I think that builds a better interactive learning experience for a student. So that is what is needed for this exam as well. Connecting with the teacher, connecting with a peer group.
Abhishek sir, let me bring you here. How important is the role of a mentor in civil services preparation, considering the fact that I, as an aspirant, I may not have a doubt related to the subject, let's say polity, but I may have a doubt with respect to my personal well-being, mental well-being. And that is something that we encounter on a regular basis when we interact with the students. So before interacting with the students, I was not aware of the magnitude of this problem. But this is massive. Students feel lonely. They can't talk to their parents because they may not understand it. They can't talk to their friends who are working somewhere or studying in a different college or a university. So you need to interact with someone who can understand your problems, appreciate your problems. How and what is the role of a mentor?
So UPSC preparation today is not just about mugging up the syllabus or going through the questions. It's about stress management. It's about time management. It's about knowing the right people, what to learn, what not to learn. So therefore, what happens is if you are totally isolated, you have no one to guide you. What happens is you become rudderless. You may be going in the wrong direction, but nobody tells you if you are in the wrong direction. Further, parents don't understand the issues. They may think that you're not committed enough, but UPSC commitment is at a different level altogether. Friends mostly mislead because of jealousy. It is the world the way it is. So therefore, sir, mentorship or a mentor is a rock around which the UPSC aspirant can then make sure that in first attempt he can crack the examination or she can crack the examination. For example, within our Platinum program, we just don't have one level but 3-tiered mentorship. We have coaches, which is us as educators. We meet in groups, we discuss what is your preparation.
You meet the students in a group, you understand their problems, give them solutions.
And we give them targets also that next time I'm going to meet you, you have to do this. There is discipline. Discipline, accountability are 2 very important words which mentorship brings in. The second tier, we have our mentors which are available to you 24/7 and throughout the week whenever they have subject specific issues. Then we have super mentors, wherein IAS, IPS, and even ex-retired officers, with their experience, they bring in, they tell you what is the life beyond and before. So Platinum was designed making sure that mentorship is the pivot around which the whole program works, be it educator-driven or be it mentorship-driven. So if you are clearing this examination in 3 attempts, maybe with a mentor you can clear it in 1 attempt. And discipline, accountability, the understanding of the syllabus, and whenever motivation is also a very big issue. Demotivation is something which is a disease within aspirants because they start with a lot of enthusiasm. They look at their fellow aspirants or look at mock test scores, not realizing a sectional test is not representative of the examination. Therefore, be it discipline, be it motivation, or be it you can say a accountability based system Mentorship is the key as of right now for UPSC preparation.
So when you look at an aspirant, he goes on YouTube and looks at different strategies.
So-called experts also.
1 month strategy, 3 month strategy, 6 month strategy, last 24-hour strategy. And then the student feels anxious what to follow, what not to follow. So what you're basically saying is, forget about YouTube, focus on this 3-tier mentorship that you provide.
Yes.
And if you can follow that rigorously, religiously, there is no power on earth that can stop you from realizing your dream of becoming a bureaucrat.
True, sir. And that is where you have somebody to look up to. Maybe because they have been aspirants, they understand the pressures. They can always absorb that pressure, push you in the right direction.
You're talking about the mentors.
Talking about the mentors and even us, sir. When a student is preparing within an online platform where he cannot interact with the teacher directly other than a chat, which is any other platform which we have. And wherein even in Platinum, a lot of students tell me that, sir, just because you interact with us, you talk to us, it gives us a feeling of connection. And that is where that familial relationship
And
develops.
discipline as well. If you miss
Yes.
a class, then
Yes.
there is a punishment.
You
are reprimanded.
If you miss 3 classes, we send you an email. If you miss 5 classes, we call you and ask you what is the issue. All mentors have been instructed to make sure that if there is, for example, a medical emergency, they are instructed what is happening in class. So therefore, we know that this examination needs a lot of hand holding. And therein, the whole Platinum program and even Unacademy as a family, when you become part of the Unacademy family, we make sure that you are in the right direction. UPSC is not just about hard work, it's about smart hard work. What to study and what not to study. That is where mentorship comes through, sir.
And to tell you, sirs, as well, we receive mails now that please treat us with medical leave because for the next 3 days we are not going to attend the class. We will not be able to attend the class. Please excuse us. We may not be able to attend the class. We have some of these mails as well, which the team, if they want, they can show it on the screen as well. But coming to you, Mukesh, sir, when should an aspirant start writing answers specifically targeting the mains examination?
So first of all, before anything else, answer writing is one of the most important areas if you want to clear the examination. Out of 2000 odd marks on which you are evaluated and on which you are given some rank on the merit list, around 1750 is the weightage of answer writing. So you simply cannot ignore it. But the problem that we have in the industry right now, because we are talking frankly about it, is the fact that in many of the cases, the content and also the direction that the students are being pushed into is fact-based, prelims-based rectification, so to say. So they don't realize the importance of answer writing, and when it comes to mains answer, what should be the approach? So what tends to happen based upon our observation, we have seen that when a candidate actually starts to write their answers, they are basically trying to write answers how they would have written in class 8th or 9th standard, which is very pedestrian. And in UPSC, you need a very holistic perspective to be brought into the answer paper, because that is the basis on which you are being judged and your attitude is being judged just on the basis of what you have written. So what to write in the answer, how to initiate the answer. An answer to a question is not only 5 pointers that you know about the topic. You don't have to write what you know, but you have to understand what the question is asking out of you. And when you write, there has to be a flow associated. So there is a proper structure for the intro which needs to be done. There is a proper structure of how what we refer to as the point sub-paragraph method of the pattern, the presentation that you have to do. And also we have to keep one thing in mind, everything has to be done within the ambit of the time. You will have around 8 to 9 minutes of time with you to write and think about the answer and write and also present it in a beautiful way. So the most important pattern for answer writing, or the 3 important key pointers for answer writing, first of all, content, second, presentation, but all of that encapsulated within the time limit. So for example, as an aspirant, I have started to write answers. I look at a question, now I have taken 30 minutes, 45 minutes to write an answer. Now that is not solving my purpose. In the examination, I'll have to write answer under a very high pressure situation. So that is where, for example, we can come in, and we do this as well in the live sessions when we talk about the live answer writing. For example, where we ask the candidates to write the answer within that stipulated 9 minutes. And thereafter, we ask them to narrate that what they have written. In this way, what happens is a candidate initially, when they are always hesitant that what kind of answer will I be able to write or not, oftentimes you find the candidates, they find an escape route that right now I am not prepared enough. I will write answer one fine day when the stars.
So you procrastinate.
Yes, and that is the biggest problem. So start answer writing immediately after a topic is completed, and the associated PYQs are your best guide about what pattern of questions are asked. And as Chetan sir already highlighted, that when it comes to the GS papers, the pattern is oftentimes repeated. Many of the times the questions word by word are also repeated. So it will be an absolute, so to say, criminality that we ignore them. So as soon as a topic is finished, discussion of the PYQs that we do, along with that, the timely aspect of answer writing, what should come into the intro, and also the regular feedback that if we are able to provide, that okay, this portion of your body is appearing to be irrelevant, it is not as per the flow of the rest of the answer. Here you could have brought in a diagram or an image in the case of an answer for geography. Now that is very vital in a candidate's preparation, and that can never be overlooked.
So answer writing is the key, because your selection in this examination will be entirely based on the marks that you score in mains.
Yes.
Because prelims is a rejection test. It's a qualifying examination per se. So the marks that you obtain in mains and personality tests shall determine whether you are going to clear this examination or not. And mains is all about answer writing. So what you're saying is, as soon as a significant portion of the syllabus is done, start writing answers, but first begin with PYQs.
Yes. PYQs should be your guide to understand, because there are endless type of questions which can be framed for any particular topic. Now, should you start writing answers for each one of them? For example, if I frame a subjective question, what is planet Earth? It is also a subjective question. There can be an answer for that, but is that relevant for the examination? So that relevance aspect, that light is shown by the PYQs. And that is why PYQ based answer writing is the ideal way of preparation as you are in the initial stages of the preparation.
In our platinum classes, what we do every Saturday, we discuss the PYQs, both prelims as well as mains. And then we ask the students, write an answer to this question within, let's say, 8 or 9 minutes. And then we ask the students, read out your answer. And then we dictate the answer so that the students are able to understand live, through a live demonstration, what exactly can be the model answer to this question. And that helps students immensely. If you want to take a look, here is the look of how we manage and practice answer writing in the Platinum live classes.
Because sir, there is a clause in the constitution.
They have to amend the constitution. Maybe
Because,
they can do it.
Sir, I'm not sure about it, but what I have understood from the Bear Act, Parliament by law can change. I'm not sure, sir. I was having this doubt in the last class, but I could not take it.
Yes, Parliament can change it.
So does it require constitutional amendment? Because if
Yes.
Parliament by law,
And that is something that was done by Indira Gandhi, the 39th Amendment, the 41st Amendment then, that we will give this responsibility to a tribunal. But that was declared unconstitutional by the court.
okay, sir. So Parliament can do so by constitutional amendment.
By constitutional amendment, yes. Now, current affairs is a very important aspect of this examination, and current affairs is not a subject. Current affairs is all encompassing. There is economy-based current affairs, IR-based current affairs, polity-based current affairs. How should an aspirant focus on current affairs?
As you said, current affairs is relevant for prelims, mains as well as interview as well. But the biggest issue is, for current affairs, there is no defined syllabus. It is present in all the subjects. So first problem the student will face is, how much do I read? From where do I read? Right? What should be my coverage, etc. And because we have seen in many of the institutions, only one faculty will take all the subjects, will teach all the current affairs related to UPSC examination. That will not be a correct service provided to the students. And in order to write a
because your expertise varies.
Yes.
You may be an expert in economics,
yes,
but you may not teach my subject.
Yeah. And even if I try to teach, I may not be providing all the insights that are required to write a very effective answer. Because in the preliminary examination, yes, it's very easy to round off. But in the mains examination, you need to have very good insights. You need to link it to current affairs. You need to have historical background. Only then you will be able to write a very good answer and score very good number of marks. So unlike all the other areas, what we are doing is, in Platinum, we have a program called as UCAN initiative. In this UCAN initiative, every month, we are going to have 15 sessions which are handled, which are taken up by respective subject specific faculties. So 15 sessions, 2 hours each. So every month we ensure that 30 years of current affairs is taken. Unlike, let's say, covering current affairs in the last 2 or 3 days, or let's say 4 days, even a week, before the preliminary examination, that will be a different coverage. Now, if you cover 30 hours every month, for 12 months, we will have a current affairs coverage of around 400 hours. So this will be very comprehensive, and we will ensure that there are certain topics which are relevant only for prelims, and there are certain topics which are required for mains as well, where you need to have a detailed analysis of the topics. So in these particular sessions, we'll ensure that a detailed discussion on these topics will be conducted, so that the student will not be preparing just for the prelims, but also for the mains answer writing as well. In addition to this, even when we are dealing the subjects, for example, when I'm teaching economics, let's say I'm talking about a topic such as NCLT or Reserve Bank of India, what is the connection to the current affairs? We cover it even in the classes. So the students will have comprehensive coverage even during the classes, as well as specialized courseware, that is the UCAN initiative. So we will ensure they will prepare not only for the prelims, but also mains. In addition to that, whenever they are writing, let's say, a weekly test, we are going to evaluate whether they are incorporating these concepts in writing an effective answer.
So every Sunday, all the topics that we have been covering in the live
Yes.
classes from Monday to Saturday, that will form the basis of the test
Yes.
that will be conducted on Sundays.
Yes, and we are going to provide a feedback as well, whether they are writing the answers as per UPSC requirement or not. Are they able to incorporate the things correctly or not? Are they able to structure the answer correctly or not?
So would I be correct in this assessment that through Platinum classes, you are not only teaching and making the students ready for the prelims, but equally for the mains examination as well? Because that's what happens often, where coaching institutes primarily focus on prelims and ignore the mains.
Yeah, and the toughest part the students face is they are very much ready for preliminary examination. And compared to the mains examination, the skill sets that you require to clear prelims are much lesser, because you need to have writing skill sets. You need to basically form a very good answer and basically address the demand of the question. That will not be so much in play when you are writing prelims, but in mains that is very, very useful. And that is where the program of covering current affairs on monthly basis, rather than simply postponing at the end of the course or just revising it 1 week before the prelims, that is not going to be our strategy. We are going to have the coverage every month, and it will be done subject wise, so that subject specific faculties, the experts in that particular subject, will be taking care of the current affairs.
When we launched Unacademy Platinum a couple of months ago, our batch 1 is already full. Let's take a look at some of the testimonials shared with us by our batch 1 Platinum students. Take a look.
Weekly tests are conducted regularly, and Saturday PYQs and answer writing practice are being done. On Sunday exclusively MCQs plus answer writing tests are given. Along with this UPSC preparations, at times we feel lonely, depressed, sad on what to study, what not to study. We have that confusions. This platform where along with teacher mentorship support as well as friend circle support, we are learning very much effectively, and we are able to showcase in that paper when we are writing. I personally very much satisfied with this platform, especially live classes, live interaction and answer writing sessions, MCQ solving sessions, PYQs. Sharma sir told us this is our dream project, and they have delivered everything whatever they promised: live classes, test series, and MCQ sessions, answer writing sessions, everything they have delivered. And they also checking upon us like how you are studying, how much they are sending weekly progress cards. Unacademy Platinum platform is the much recommended one. I personally recommend to join this, because this is the platform where you will get everything. Yes, that is it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Indira and I've enrolled for Unacademy Platinum English Batch 1. Currently, I've completed Modern History with Abhishek sir and Polity with Sarmat sir, which is ongoing. So regarding the classes, we have much engaging teachers who's engaging with every student, focusing on every aspect of the preparation. Platinum also helps me particularly in getting myself accountable and inculcating a sense of discipline in me. So earlier, before joining Platinum, I was not that disciplined, so I used to skip classes. But this learning environment, it makes me conscious that sir has been watching me and I have to answer every question answered by them. Apart from these, the provision of mentoring has been provided in Platinum. Second, we have educator mentors. Me personally, Chetan sir has been guiding me throughout, whether I've been completing the target, whether I've been attending the classes regularly, and all those have been taken care of. So having all our teachers and the mentors keeping a close eye on us, so this inculcates a responsibility in us. Along with this, we have a super coach who will guide us better through the journey with their strategies and also enhance our strategies to achieve our goal of UPSC. Thank you.
Hello everyone, so my name is Abhay. I am a student of Unacademy Platinum English batch. Currently we have completed polity and modern history subjects, so I think I am in a better position to give a feedback on the program. So since the classes are conducted via Zoom portal, so it would be a face-to-face interaction with the faculty, and me being a working professional, that brings in a discipline and regularity in my preparation, where I am able to attend the classes in a regular way with 100% of attendance, and so that is how I could complete 2 subjects which I was struggling for the past 2 years. And also additional feature of this program is majorly about answer writing evaluations and the mentorship program, where you will have one-on-one guidance with the mentor, and also faculty will be one of the faculty will be a point of contact as well, where you can discuss any problems that you are facing with the preparation. So I would recommend you to enroll in Unacademy Platinum.
Now we are super excited and proud to announce the launch of Batch 2 for 2026 examination as well as for CSE 2027. This is the last chance for you to enroll should you wish to appear in CSE 2026. Because after this, if you're enrolling in Unacademy Platinum, or for that matter any course, we may not be able to promise you comprehensive coverage of the syllabus before your prelims examination. So this is the last batch of Unacademy Platinum for CSE 2026. If you join this batch, we will be able to deliver on our promise of comprehensively covering your syllabus well ahead of your prelims examination. But those who are targeting CSE 2027, this particular batch will comprehensively cover your prelims, mains, personality test, answer writing, PYQs, everything that is required for you to ace this examination. Should you have any doubts, any concerns, you can reach out to us on our helpline provided on your screen, or you can even type your comments and we shall reply. Thank you so much, all the colleagues, for interacting with the students today, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great time ahead. Let's crack it.